Hello, I'm Ryan,
Hi, I'm Preston.
and today we are here to review the newest installment of the Chucky franchise, called Chucky.
Welcome back to the Bloodbath Lagoon.
We just got done watching Called Up Chucky, and my reaction was good.
Yeah, there was definitely some things I liked about it. Definitely some things I didn't like so much about it, and we're going to discuss that. So, first of all, we'll talk about some technical aspects. The first half of this review will be spoiler-free. The other half will contain spoilers and some plot-revealing details. So, what'd you think of the cinematography?
It was very stylized. Like, my favorite of it was I call it the translucent, is where the camera focuses on the character and the background, it's like all blurry, and then they like make that different shot, or translucent, I call it, is where they focus on the background than the character. The character's all blurry. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
Or most shots, it's like all blurry, then it like become clear, and it's really nice. I like the different like locations of how they used it. Like, for instance, the hallway to like the room, like all that. I thought it was really good. The one thing that's one of my cons is that they didn't use much location.
Yeah,
Of
okay.
the mental institute.
I mean, they do have their pros and cons about it. Of course, if you don't know, this film takes place heavily in a mental institution.
More of a mental. It takes place more of a.
And you get some shots where it reveals how enormous this building is, but for the most part, you're only exposed to one floor of the mental institution. You don't know what floor it is. Could be the first, could be the top, and there's only very few rooms of the mental institution, and I wish that they could have explored more of it, like the other floors, the other characters, especially because the other inmates, because it's so big, but there's only like 4 or 5 people on this floor.
Yeah.
And which is very seclusive.
Yeah, I agree. I also like the acting.
The acting
really,
was awesome.
Really nice. Let's see. The supporting characters were really good.
Oh yes, all the acting was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The actors were they were very well trained. They were great. Not like well trained because I didn't think they were bad, but they were great. The acting was great too, and their technical aspect of like eye contact and like the way they work in front of the camera, I thought was phenomenal. A lot of these B-rated and
those direct-to-videos.
Yeah, low-budget horror movies. Like you get a lot of actors that just like don't really know what the heck they're doing in front of the camera. Like the editing will be pretty spectacular, but the acting not so much. But in this movie is not the case. Like the acting is just as good as the editing.
I also like the puppetry was pretty good.
Puppetry was awesome.
But except one thing that just caught me off guard, and I was like, I didn't like, was when he was walking.
Yeah.
His walking was off. It looked like a robot walking, like those old robots that are big and walk like that. If you ever from the first original Child's Play, the walking looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really menacing.
Natural.
Especially my favorite shot was when he had the knife in the hand and his arms going like that. That looked menacing. Like, menacing. And when he, like you said earlier, when he kicked down the chimney.
Yeah.
When he was down the chimney, tell them.
Yeah, in the first one, he comes down the chimney and he kicks the fireplace gate.
That was great.
The puppetry on that was spectacular. In this one, of course, they're working with their budget, and whatever. The walking was very, very slow. He moved very, very slow. But when he was shot,
Stop.
It was a lot more faster, and the pacing was a bit awkward, and it didn't match up quite as smoothly.
Yeah.
But they definitely made up for it with the facial expressions.
It's like this.
The mechanical, the way the mechanics of it.
The mechanics of the whole
functioned.
Yeah.
The way it emoted.
I also like when he runs.
Yeah.
Because if they used a puppet for running, it would look really silly and corny.
Yeah.
They probably used like a little person or child to do that.
Yeah, I know. The running was. I don't know how they did. It might have been puppetry. Or mechanics, but it looked great. The running was awesome.
Yeah.
And very, very creepy.
Very creepy indeed.
Overall, I think if you saw the entire Chucky franchise and the Curse of Chucky, I think it was well evolved, and I like that it tied the universe together, and it's not so scattered like other horror movie franchises like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and whatnot. But overall, I think it was a really nice film. So now let's talk about some brief spoilers before we end this.
Number 1, Andy Barclay returns. Finally. And you and me both. Alex Vincent does better and more badass.
He's a badass.
Like, he nails it. He got it. My favorite of him is that when he sees Chucky coming, he's ready. Like, he's like, you ain't getting past me.
He's prepared, man.
He's like,
he's home alone in it, man.
he's like, yeah, he's Kevin McAllister as an adult.
Yeah. And then there was a part where I think, oh my gosh, he didn't think this far ahead, you know, but he did. He had a plan, man.
He had that plan.
He had a plan for everything.
But another con I didn't like is that they didn't show him much.
Yeah, he wasn't really in the movie a lot.
You see him in the beginning, okay. You see him as Kevin, okay. Then more hospital stuff, and then cut to a clip. You see him in his house, okay. Cut more, and also you see him driving, and then I'm like,
you don't really
show more.
You
show
don't
more.
See him a lot.
When I heard they're gonna make another one, they better put him as the hero.
Yeah,
That's gonna be more. I think they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna aim towards that.
I think that's how they're going to set it up because of the way it ends. Because they bring back
Right. Kyle.
That's right,
I
Kyle.
was so happy.
Oh, man.
It doesn't show in the theatrical on Netflix, which I'm just gonna tell you that. But if you watch the theatrical after you go on YouTube and look up post credits ending, I was so happy. Kyle's one of my favorite characters in that universe, and when I get to see her, it's the same actress, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, man. So I mean, just like the end of Curse of Chucky.
Will you see Alex Vincent?
Yeah, it definitely hit the geek spot again, but this time twice as harder for diehard Chucky fans.
I think, and the next one they're gonna make, I think Kyle's gonna break Andy out,
Yeah,
and they're gonna go right ahead. I'm like,
Yeah,
they're gonna
something.
go attack Chucky. I'm like, yeah. I also like when Tiffany came back.
Yeah, they brought back.
Well, she was back in a brief
in the
part
body
in-
of Jennifer Tilly.
or Tiffiner, yeah. In Curse of Chucky, which is like, all right, but we didn't get to see like, oh, just one part, okay. But this one, they brought her a little bit more screen time, and like sort of the middle, and then the ending, which was really nice. I like that, and then the doll came back, and I was like, oh, sweet. I was
Yeah.
like, it's just a doll, but then
Yeah.
at the end when you see it laugh, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, definitely
ooh.
a lot of allusions and references
Yeah.
for the fans, and again how it ties all the whole all the movies.
all the movies together.
Yeah, so
which is really nice.
yeah, just
Like
now we in this movie, if you're not aware, Chucky has this new ability to where he can insert his soul
and do other bodies
at one time.
at one time.
At
Like
one time.
more, I think he
Hence
did,
the name Cult of Chucky.
yeah, he did that to the other Chucky dolls.
Yeah, so we got like
we got-
so how many Chucky dolls did we have running around?
There's 3, but there's actually 4 if you include the head.
Yeah.
Which is the main.
The
But
main,
it's
yeah.
still cool to see just 3 Chuckies just running around this place.
Yeah,
And
terrorizing the
it was
the
creepy
floor on
when
this
they killed
Memphis.
that one dude. It was like, holy crap.
Yeah, the kills were
My-
there's a couple like 3-4 kills that were spectacular.
My favorite was the I call it death from above when the Asian patient
Yeah.
was strapped down and he had the oxygen tank and slams it down and it goes through the window and all the glass breaks and like
Yeah,
cuts
which
it
was
out.
like a reference to like Bride of Chucky, where they threw the wine bottle
Wine
at the
bottle.
mirror.
Yeah, and it broke.
Yeah, so
And I thought that was really nice. That was my favorite kill.
Yeah, there were a couple kills that were just like phenomenal, very very gory, very very terrifying as well.
Like that one, and when they attacked Jose, the
Was his name? I don't know what his name
I don't
was.
know,
but
let's
they
call him Jose because it just sounds right.
they-
all three Chuckies.
just like go.
Just kill him with the drill, a scalpel, and a broken glass.
and it is pretty explicit.
It's like the most like gory thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
a Chucky do.
but the downside is that throughout this entire film,
You don't see
there was like you don't see him kill a lot until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. But throughout the entire movie, there's a couple boring parts. They did the whole little motif thing, like is the doll really alive?
Yeah, like the Asian patient, like when the doll bit her.
Like,
you
come
see
on,
it-
why can't we see Chucky bite her or,
Yeah,
or something?
You hear like a chomping part.
Like, come on, we know the doll's
and
alive. Okay, you don't
she
need
goes, she goes, oh my god, he's alive. It's like
Yeah.
it's like no duh. And the doctor's like, no, I don't believe you.
And I wish that the movie knew its audience a little bit, because I mean, at this point we definitely know Chucky's alive.
Yeah, we know Chucky's alive.
We know the doll's alive. Okay, we know it's killing people. Okay, so just show us, because they have a couple off-camera deaths.
Yeah,
you know,
which kind of
that
made
they-
me upset a little bit.
You
I was
know, like I
what?
mean,
What
I wanted to see how that happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was great though. It did have like a crescendo of leading up to the more
It's like
the more.
he's coming. Another part I did like, or actually I didn't like, is when the doctor had the lighter underneath the hand, and I thought that he was gonna react, but no, he didn't. Or like, okay, that is not. I'm like, that's Chucky, but is it?
Yeah, no,
And then
it made us all quite skeptical.
Yeah, and also,
And then, but like at that part, I was kind of skeptical. So I mean, I guess it did accomplish what it set out to do, you know, and that was trick us again, because we
Yeah.
already know the doll's alive. So
I also like the one patient that I thought that was the craziest would have to be Madeline, the one with the baby.
yeah,
Her backstory of what she did made me uncomfortable.
yeah, definitely some unsettling characters.
But you know how Chucky like killed her though?
Yeah,
Did you see what happened?
yeah.
It was crazy. He like put his hand in the throat and like I was
It
like
pulled out her throat.
pulled out the throat. I was like, holy god! I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Man,
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it was-
horrifying. No, but I did like the part where Andy in the beginning tells his story to the woman he's dating, Rachel.
I won't lie, I did not like that part, because he said a little bit too much. It almost made him look like he was a serial
Yeah.
killer, like he was a serial killer, and you can tell that's what she thought,
like
and it unsettled her.
I mean,
and it's like he's kind of used to that. Like he can't have a normal life.
you know, I take back what you said. I agree, but like the atmosphere of it kind of felt like surreal to it.
Yeah.
And I like it, but when he like told a story to her, it's like she looks at him and thinks he is the killer, which I'm like, that's
like she was like, I gotta get out of here.
I'm like, that's uncomfortable.
Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Let us know what you think. Till next time.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Preston.
Have a good night.